Yo, what's good? This is Casey for L King Self for Life Wrestling Takes, and you're now watching Casey for L Wrestling Takes Show. What's good, everybody? This your boy Casey Phil King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. I decided I'm gonna do a joint video review. I decided, obviously, it was real late. We got home close to midnight last night, so I said, you know what? It's Memorial Day weekend. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna do a full Double or Nothing review on Monday. But I said, let me go ahead and watch Battleground today. And after I walked away, I still think Double or Nothing for me was the better pay-per-view. Battleground was a good show. It got the same exact score as Double or Nothing, but I had to, out of everything I seen, I'm still gonna give Double or Nothing the edge. We're gonna break down everything, include the foolishness that Tony Khan and them tried to get away with last night. They tried hard to get away with it, but there was a lot of people calling them out on the bull jab. You best believe y'all should know what the bull jab I'm talking about. When I get there, when I start talking about Double or Nothing, you're going to hear me go in on Tony Khan and all them clowns in the back that allowed that fool to come out there. I'll talk about it when I get there. So let's break down Battleground. So we open up the show with the triple threat. The triple threat was the very first matchup. Wesley, Tyler Bate, Joey Gacy. This was a very nice opener. Now, I don't watch NXT on a regular basis. This is somebody who is a very big casual when it's concerning NXT. Like, NXT is the least wrestling program that I pay any attention to. Now, when it comes to pay-per-views, more than likely I'll probably slip in and watch a pay-per-view every now and then. But I said, you know what? I'm going to watch this show and I'm going to give an honest review, full thorough review on how I felt about everything. Wesley, Tyler Bate, Joey Gacy, right off the map. All three of these boys went in. Now, Wesley, I know he's had this title for a long time. And I'm going to come out here and say the North American Championship is the Negro title. Yes, I said it. It is our championship. It seems like every time we get a hold of it and we just do great things with it. Wesley has been on fire. I said, listen, I thought Wesley was going to lose this thing. I said, you know what? He done had this championship for a very long time. For a very long time. I said, you know, Okay, let's see. Maybe it's Joey Gates' turn, or maybe it's Tyler Bates' turn. The Tyler Bates show. Man, these three went out here and they did work. Now, I forgot that The Rock's daughter was with Joe Gacy. Like I said, this just shows you how much I watch NXT. Um, she was sidelined for Joey Gacy. They were doing everything in their power to make you think that Tyler Bates and Joey Gacy was gonna walk out of here. But Wes Lee has been on fire. I cannot complain about what Shawn Michaels has been doing with this young man. A lot of people didn't see this with Wes Lee. They just thought he's just a tag team guy. When his tag team partner got screwed up with that Hitler crap, and his ex-wife now with the crap that she was dealing with, I said, man, I don't know how they're going to be able to present him as a singles guy. Wes Lee has been running rampant with this championship, and he found a way to go in here, have an epic match with both of these fellas, and he walked out as still your NXT North American champion. Kudos to Wes Lee, kudos to Tyler Bate, kudos to Joey Gacy. I thought this was a great opener. I thought the fellas did a great job, and that's that. So we're going to move on to the next situation, the next match. Now, this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't give no care about. Now, I like Dragon Lee, and No Man Dar, I'm up in the fence on him. Yes, I know who No Man Dar is. I remember him from the past. But this Heritage Cup crap, this they didn't need this. They obviously didn't need this. Man, like I said, man, I saw this foolishness, man, and Dragon Lee and the young man, I forgot his name, he was in his corner, and No Man Dar had this other clown with these red dreadlocks running around in his corner, right? So they cheating their behinds off. They cheating harder than that thing. So then my man, is it Messi? I think his name Nessie or Messi, whatever that. He and the guy that was in Nomar's corner got beat the brakes off each other, and they basically just got rid of each other. So now nobody has no man in their corner. Now, No Man Dar scored. I didn't know that it was the battle of how many pinfalls. It's the first of two pinfalls wins. See, I didn't know that. That's because it just shows you I don't watch the program. So the first of two pinfalls wins the match. Well, No Man Dar got the first pinfall. Then the second time, he actually quote unquote disqualified himself. But I thought that was going to be like a pinfall that was going to go to Dragon Lee. But then right after that, Dragon Lee was able to get his. So now it's tied one apiece. But then after No Man's Dar right hand got one out, and then after Dragon Lee's right hand got one out, who in the world is going to help No Man Dar win? Because it looked like Dragon Lee was going to win. Out comes Last Legend and some girl named Miss Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell y'all all the time, when it's concerning black wrestlers and us, it seems to be that they have absolutely no idea what to do, because the first thing they do is to give us a ghetto black woman ghetto. That's the whole thing. A black ghetto gimmick. That's the whole thing. They came out there, and I seen fools online talk about No Man Dars for the culture. And they put a doggone kufi on that man. I'm like, what? I said, wait, hold on. I said, No Man Dar black. I looked up where this food is from. This food is Jewish and Scottish. But they had the nerve to say that this food was for the culture. I said, what? Just because the two ghetto black women helped that man win? Come on now, man. What are we doing? What the heck are we doing, man? Trash. This whole thing is garbage. I didn't care nothing about it. No Man Dar is the winner of the Heritage Cup Championship. We got that little dumb man trophy. So it was terrible. I didn't care nothing about it, man. It was just on the show just to be on the show. Next, this matchup, Illegal Dragunov versus Dijak, last man standing match. Now these two, obviously they've been beefing for a long time, and this was the battle of who's going to win. Now, Dragunov is on this verge of getting called up. Last I checked, they actually want him to be a part of Imperium. That's the rumors are going around. So you would think Dijak would win this match. Nope. These two killed each other. And when I say they killed each other, they legit killed each other. And Dragunov, know he's dramatic as heck. He reminds me so much of Randy Orton. He be doing all that wobbly stuff and flopping all over the place and everything. I said, man, that's Randy Orton Jr. right there. And the one spot in this match that had me really like, what the heck are these fools doing? Dijak was beating Dragunov so bad with the kendo stick that this fool was legit crying. He was crying looking like a doggone baby. I said, man, what in the world? Just crazy. But these fools was tearing each other up, beating the brakes off each other, doing what they had to do. And Dijak found a way to go to bed. Dragunov found a way to get back on his feet before the 10 count. Dragunov wins the last man standing match. Don't know what this means moving forward, but I thought that this matchup was great. Like I said, it was a huge bounce back match from the second match, because the second match was a waste of time, if you ask me. But this is a great last man standing match. So then backstage, we have No Man Dar and his new stable, Oro Mensah, Lash Legend, and Jakira Jackson, talking about this is great and we doing work and ain't nobody gonna beat us. I said, this garbage man stable, they need to just sit on down. This ain't going nowhere. It's a waste of time. It's a complete waste of time, ladies and gentlemen. A complete waste of time. I know fools gonna be mad at me. People gonna call me a buck dancer. I said, no, y'all buck dancing because y'all accepting this foolishness. You accepting this idiotic stuff. Now I gotta come at Shawn Michaels, because this is under Shawn Michaels' watch. What the clown are we doing, Shawn Michaels? What the clown are we doing? Listen, I know Vince, I know Triple H, and now, unfortunately, I know Tony Khan. I know Tony Khan. Tony Khan had told himself a little bit way too many times. I'm gonna get on his case when I get there, but come on, Shawn Michaels. This ain't it. Fools talk about No Man Dars for the culture. Y'all fools need to sit on down somewhere. This trash stable needs to sit the heck on down somewhere. Then, another trash match. NXT Championship, Tag Team Championship match. The Creed Brothers versus Gallus. I just knew the Creed Brothers was going to get these championships. I just do. I said it's their time. They've been gunning for these things for a long time, and I'm like, it's time for them to go over. It's time for them to get their big moment. They couldn't do it. Ava Raine, a.k.a. Simone Johnson, came out to help Gallus retain their championships. I said, what? Come on, man. Come on. These circus clowns ain't doing nothing. Who the heck is Gallus, man? Let's just call it for who is Gallus? Don't nobody care about no freaking Gallus. Don't nobody give a crap about no freaking Gallus, man. Come on, dog. Come on. Man, please. Garbage. Hot freaking garbage. Gallus ended up retaining. I didn't care nothing about this. I said, another waste of time. Another complete waste of time, man. Then we get to the women's situation. Lakira Valkyrie versus Tiffany Stratton to crown a new NXT Women's Champion. Now, I did not know that Valkyria had a knee injury. I did not know that. So, Tiffany and her were trying their best to work around the knee injury. They were doing everything in their power, and from what I was watching, it started off slow because of her knee injury. But as things started picking up, I started to see that they was working around that knee injury, and they was producing a great women's match. I thought this matchup was good. Tiffany Stratton is making a name for herself. I'm not too on board with the gimmick right now. I'm not. The young lady has it. Like I said, these kids coming to this game and they pick the wrestling stuff up 1, 2, 3. Both of them kids. Valkyrie is 26 and Tiffany's only 24. Like, they just coming into this thing and they picking this thing up. Now it's based on the character. I know she's supposed to be this I'm a stuck-up blonde girl or whatever the heck, but character is how you get over. I guess for the people who watch NXT, what is your whole take on Tiffany Stratton? I'm talking strictly to the WWE fans right now who love Tiffany Stratton. What is your take on how you feel about her? Hit me up in the comment section. Tell me how you feel. I can tell you this: the girl has the best moonsault, one of the best moonsaults in the game. Charlotte Flair can learn a thing or two from her. That's sad that a grown woman can learn a thing or two from a little girl like this. This girl got a moonsault that's great. Io Sky got a great moonsault, moonsault or whatever you want to call it. But Charlotte Flair's is just straight terrible. Straight terrible. But as things picked up, the girls worked around the knee injury, and Valkyria looked like she was going to get the victory. Tiffany Stratton said, no, this is my time to lose. And she said, I'm winning that thing. Tiffany Stratton did the moonsault. She got the 1, 2, 3, and she is now crowned as your new NXT Women's Champion. Congratulations to Miss Tiffany Stratton. We should have had the Creed Brothers being crowned new tag team champs. But Shawn Michaels said, nope, I'm going to keep these fools struggling and keep them going. And I said, man, It is what it is. But this is a good pickup match because, like I said, I was like, you know, it is what it is. But like I said, good matchup. Good matchup. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we get to part 3. Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker. The roles are switched. Carmelo Hayes is the babyface. Braun Breaker is the heel. The spots in this match, Carmelo Hayes just be coming out of nowhere, just doing crazy. Let me tell you something. Kudos to Braun Breaker, because right at the beginning of this match, Braun Breaker was outside the ring. Carmelo Hayes tried to flip over the ropes, and dang near could have bust his own head, broke his neck. Braun Breaker caught that man. I said, kudos to Braun Breaker. So then inside the ring, you got this man popping out of nowhere, doing spears out of nowhere. Then you got Braun Breaker holding up Carmelo Hayes like this, and then Carmelo Hayes reversing stuff. I said, listen, you can't ask for nothing. This was a very good matchup. I still haven't seen part 1. Part 2 was at WrestleMania. This was part 3. If I had to make the comparisons, I think part 3 was a little bit, just a tad bit better than part 1. But I think the characters' work was perfect because Braun Breaker is in the zone with his heel work. And I Am Him with Trick Williams in his corner. You can't ask for nothing better, man. So these fellas, they went out there, they did what they was able to do with the time that they was given. Carmelo was right in the backyard. Salute to the crowd out there at Massachusetts. So this was a city that's not too far from Boston. So it's like right outside of Boston. I think it's still considered Boston because they right next door. But that's where he's from. That was like his backyard and everything. And the crowd was on fire. I thought they did a great job. So overall, I walked away from this show. I thought out of the 6 matches that was on this card, 4 of the matches were good. 2 of the matches was a complete waste of time. You did not need them on the show. Oh, we got a video package from Chase U. Drew Gulak and the other cat came in there to teach the class, and the young lady that was part of Chase U ran off crying, and so now my man who used to do the gambling stuff that's a part of Chase U is about to get into it with Drew Gulak and them. I guess that's the next storyline. And then they kind of showed a vignette, a video package between JC Jane and Gigi. They're going to have a steel cage match for the girls, I guess, because they've been beefing. Ever since Mandy Rose left, they've been beefing like crazy. So, but that's my honest review for NXT Battleground. 7 out of 10. Honest 7 out of 10. I know it's going to be fans. Oh, man, you tripping. Oh, man. No, I'm telling you the both is true. I thought it was a decent pay-per-view. I seen people say, oh, man, this is better than Double or Nothing. I said, nah, you capping. You are capping. I saw every match. I watched all 6 matches. And crowd, I give them, the Boston crowd was a whole lot better than the Vegas crowd. Now, I'm going to get to them when I get there. But outside of that, I think both shows are about in the same playing field if you ask me. But I'm going to give Double or Nothing just the edge. And I'll give you my full example or explanation as to why I thought, even with this being one of their weaker pay-per-views, talking about AEW, because AEW has already been placed on the standard that every time they give us a pay-per-view, they supposed to go hard in the paint. So, hey, that's that. So let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and get it. So give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 1 second. So we're going to AEW. Going to break down Double or Nothing because Double or Nothing was crazy. Double or Nothing was insane. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. So I want to make sure I get everything so I can read you everything. Everything. I'm going to try to read everything that happened from the pre-show all the way to the very end. All the matches. All 10 matches. And I'm going to be 1,000%. I think the show only needed 8. 8. It didn't need 10 because 2 of these matches, man, botch fest city. That's all I'm going to say about them. So, we are going to start off with the pre-show. So, on the pre-show, we had the A-Boys and All Ego Page versus the Hardy Boys with Hook. Now, I said that it would make more sense for Ethan Page and them to go over because the whole point of if he lost, then Matt Hardy would get control of his contract. Where don't you think they would say, no, we don't want to make it that easy because you know Hook always wins all the time. Nope. That went right out the door. And during the matchup, man, Jeff Hardy, y'all, listen. And I said that him and Matt gonna have a doggone tag team run. Man, y'all, it's looking like it's over for Jeff. It's looking like it's over. So there was a spot, right? This man looked like he was about to get on the ropes. And now I thought Ego Page had jumped on the ropes and caused him to trip. There was nobody there, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody was there, ladies and gentlemen. And that man legit got on the ropes and just straight tripped. And the fact that AEW was so bogus with it, they showed a replay. I said, y'all, why the heck are y'all showing a replay of a botch? Come on. Guns, they tried. Oh, let me tell you something. Now, when the Guns came out there, they tried to revamp their entrance that they did when they went against FTR on Dynamite, but they had their theme song with All Ego Page, and I said, it ain't hitting. It's not hitting. When y'all came out to Mini Man, that was excellent. That was a great entrance that they had. This entrance they came out, they just look goofy as possible. Look sad. It was a joke, and like I said, after that, they, the A-Boys tried to do a little something, and then Matt Hardy and Jeff and Hook handled the business. All Ego Page and the A-Boys lost. Matt Hardy and them won. This was a match that you could have just saved for Rampage and called it a day. I know you had to have everybody in the mama on the pay-per-view, but this was a pay-per-view worthy. It was not. But people say, oh, this. I'm like, no, it was not pay-per-view worthy at all. It wasn't. This was a middle to the road Rampage worthy match. Put it on Rampage and call it a day. You trying to put this on the pre-show or the pay-per-view? I'm good. So now, JR was already out there, so he was ready, getting ready. Everybody getting ready to go. So as we was transitioning over into the pay-per-view, we had all the members of the AEW International Championship Battle Royal come out there. So they was introducing cats. Cats was coming out left and right. So they was setting it up. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. So I'm going to try to read all the names of everybody that was involved. You had Butcher. You had Ari Daivari. You had Bandino. You had Big Bill Morrissey. You had Brian Cage. You had Chuck Taylor, Dustin Rhodes, Switchblade, Jay White, Rock Hard Juice Robinson, Keith Lee, Kip Saban, Commander, Lee Moriarty, Orange Cassidy, Penta El Zero, Blade. You had Ray Phoenix. You had Ricky Starks. You had Swerve. You had Tony Nese, Trent Beretta, and the 21-man Battle Royal Blackjack. Now, I'm going to be 1,000%. Y'all know how many times I get on here complaining saying Tony Khan be on bull jive. Every time he got to have a garbage Battle Royal over and over and over. I'm like, bro, he does the Battle Royals too much. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be 1,000%. I enjoyed everything about this match. Because I was paying close attention. Now, remember, I told you, I said either OC's going to retain or I was going with Jay White. The following cats got kicked out early as sex, so I knew something was up. When Ricky Starks, Jay White, Keith Lee, all of them got kicked out, I was expecting them to at least be there towards the end. Now, Swerve was sitting there. Swerve, Prince Nana, and Brian Cage was watching all the chaos go on. They just standing there just watching. They're watching everybody and their mama beat the brakes off each other. I said, okay, that's smart on Swerve. Swerve say, I'm not going to get myself involved. I'm going to let all these other fools just tear each other up. And that's exactly what they do. Everybody and their mama was basically tearing each other up. And the crowd was going crazy. Now, Vegas, I'm going to be 1,000% with y'all. Tony Khan, if you ever watch this review, I'm telling you right now, you need to leave Vegas. Don't come to Vegas for Double or Nothing. We got casinos popping up all over the United States. There's no need to come. You can make a casino theme and it don't need to be Vegas. You don't. This is the problem with AEW. Because, listen, I understand they're such a small company. They just brand new. They're a brand new company. They've been in the game for 4 years. It's time to venture out from going to the same place every year for Double or Nothing and All Out. It is time. I know I'm a Chicago head. I love it when they come to Chicago. But, bro, we got to go to different markets for big pay-per-views. I've seen people say, how about you go to New Jersey next year for Double or Nothing? Cool. And then for All Out, I don't know. Listen, I know a lot of people talk about Texas. They say Texas deserves a pay-per-view. Why don't you go to Texas for All Out? I mean, go different spots. Go somewhere that you have not been before. Seattle deserves a pay-per-view. Go to Seattle for a pay-per-view. Don't be going to the same market over and over again. And according to Righteous Reg, who's a part of, Grapsody, He claimed that the crowd was going nuts, but he said it was a mic issue. I'm like, well, if that's on Tony Khan and the mics, but what I seen, half the show, cats was quiet as a mug. They was quiet as a mouse. They were quiet as a mouse, ladies and gentlemen. But for this matchup, though, they was in it. They was excited. And I said, you know what? I got to give Tony Khan props. This is one of his better battle royals. I think this is one of his better ones. He has some good battle royals. But this one, I liked it. I liked everything that took place. So I'm going to just narrow it down till we got to the very end. So the final two men came down to OC and Swerve. And these two were banging, man. I say, man, shout out to my main ace, Ariel. We was over my guy's house, right? And my man straight told me in his prediction, he said that OC was going to bury the whole roster. I said, bruh, I hope you wrong, man. Listen, man, look, when it came down to Swerve and OC, I say, dog, man, do we put the title on Swerve? Do we put it on Swerve? Do we let Swerve go? Man, him and OC was out there killing it. They was doing their thing. I said, bruh, just let OC, you need a break. You need a freaking break. Nope. Swerve found a way to get eliminated, and OC found a way, as my main man said, to bury all 20 other clowns in that matchup. So I personally think the wrong guy won this match, but this battle royal was great. It was great. Listen, this is why I want Tony Khan. Tony Khan, please calm down with the battle royals. If you're gonna do a battle royal, just do one a year. Heck, I would allow 2 a year, but just do one a year. Because the fact this fool do like 6 battle royals a year, and it's like, bro, oh, I don't know how to book, so let me do a battle royal. I'm like, no, man. No, that's not how you book. That's called I just do anything and I'm doing it because I want to do it. Even if it makes absolutely no sense. Come on, bro. Come on. OC wins. He retains his championship. And that's that. Now, Prince Nana sure was trying to cheat his behind off. He was cheating his tail off. Kept grabbing OC's foot and all this crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, my man Swerve didn't win. OC retains his championship. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if we are going to do Keith Lee and Swerve, what you need to do is give me Swerve versus OC for the AEW International Championship. You give me that matchup, and then I'm going to have Keith Lee chase. I'm going to have Keith Lee chase, and this where we will finally get the matchup that we've been wanting. We're going to get Swerve versus Keith Lee, because a lot of people are asking, when are they going to do it? When are we going to get it? Well, I thought they was going to do the matchup at the pay-per-view. But you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did. Because I thought this was a great opener. The Battle Royal was spot on. They did their job. If y'all hear some barking, that's my neighbor's dogs. They're crazy as the best bug. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, we move on. And ladies and gentlemen, personally for me, this right here, I was expecting this matchup to go in. Ladies and gentlemen, this may have been the worst match on the whole show. Which is another reason why I said that you didn't need to have this on the pay-per-view. Even though this had a lot of story. And Adam Cole was just getting back into things. So you know he had to be on the pay-per-view. No. This was a complete letdown. A complete letdown. And this is when the crowd just went to bed. They went to bed. I don't know this, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it takes me back. Y'all know I like Adam Cole, right? But I do remember every time Adam Cole had a crazy clown match in NXT, they never hit. Adam Cole's matches always bang when they're regular matches. When he's able to showcase that he's good when it comes to the in-ring stuff, but when it comes to these unsanctioned beat the brakes off your opponent matches, they don't never hit. They don't never hit. I'm serious. They don't. Now, I don't know who this is on. I don't know if this is on Cole or this is on Jericho. But this one hit. And it went on way too long. And then here's the deal. Sabu. Yeah, let me go ahead and talk about it. So, WWE fans decided, hey, let's go ahead and find some old man tweets by Sabu. So apparently Sabu has said some white supremacy, racism crap. he said the N word, he said the F word. He was talking about JR or something like that. And word is, he said that he was never going to apologize for it. And I said, well, Tony Khan, what kind of sense does it make to bring that man back and you gonna ban Hulk Hogan? Double standard, ladies and gentlemen. Double standard. Double freaking standard. Okay, he's Middle Eastern or whatever. Double standard. We got to be consistent. What kind of consistency was that? I guess he said, all right, so get this. All of the JAS came out there, and then when Sabu came out there, they had a spot where it was a table, and I don't remember who was on the table, but Sabu, when he just fell off the rope and fell onto it, and that was the end of everybody. And all the rest of them just disappeared. Just it was like, so they continue trying to beat the brakes off each other. So then Soraya came out there. Soraya came out, and then that's when Britt came out there. Now, I personally think after when Britt came out there with the kendo stick, after she chased off Soraya, she got in the ring and started beating the snot out of Jericho. I think personally for me, that should have been the end of the match, but they just kept this thing going. They kept it going. They kept it going. Britt chased off Soraya. Then Jericho went and got a doggone handcuff with a chain and was trying his best to beat the brakes off. So now the two of them is handcuffed to each other. I thought it was a dog collar match. So then Adam Cole just basically was boom, boom, boom. And then Arbor just automatically just stopped the match. Referee stoppage. That's how the match ended. And I'm sitting here asking myself, like, I was looking forward to this matchup, but I've totally forgot that when it comes to no DQ, beat the brakes off your opponent matches, that's one of Adam Cole's weak points. That is one of his weak points. I'm sorry, that's one of his weak points. Because I remember when he was in NXT, every time he had a no DQ type of matchup, those matches failed. They were terrible. His matches always be when it comes to regular matches. When it comes to regular matches, Adam Cole gonna shine. But when it comes to these no DQ matches, they don't hit, ladies and gentlemen. They don't hit. And him and Jericho, it did not hit, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if it's a chemistry thing. I don't know. It just didn't hit at all. And it was a terrible, terrible, terrible match. It went way too long. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm glad Tony Khan got this trash out the way. Because let's say he would have kept this towards the end. Nope. No, sir. No. I'm glad he got this garbage out the way. It was terrible. It was terrible. And then Vegas, listen, I understand why they was quiet. This match was trash. And they finished with referee stoppage. So, I was like, man, what the heck am I watching? What the clown is this? Come on, Tony Khan. Come on. So, Adam Cole wins. Now, we get to this matchup. Now, listen, y'all know how much I be getting on Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett's case about why Tony Khan continues to push them into this picture. He continues to push them and push them and push them. And I said, yeah, FTR needs to go over. Now you got Mark Briscoe as the special guest referee. You had Karen Angle out there. You had Satnam Singh. You had Sanjay Dutt. All of those circus clowns out there, right? Ladies and gentlemen, this tag team match was excellent. I can't hate on nothing that happened in this matchup. Because the fact these fools had me on the edge of my seat. They had me thinking that Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal was finna find a way to win this. Mark Briscoe got knocked out pretty early in the match, so it was all kind of chaos going on. They were cheating their behinds off. Cheating. Trying everything. Cash Wheeler, Dax over here playing like they both getting hurt. I mean, just all over the place. But all four of these men had great chemistry. Old school style type of matchup, but it was a lot of shenanigans that went on. They entertained the mess out of me, man. Listen, they had me thinking that Jeff Jarrett and them was finna win. Mark Briscoe got laid out. But then at the very end, Mark Briscoe saw all the shenanigans that was going on. He seen it. And Satnam Singh, and I think this boy got knocked out. Satnam Singh and Sanjay Dutt, they all got kicked out. They got kicked out. So Aubrey tried to come, because this is when Mark Briscoe got knocked out. Aubrey tried to come to the ring to come in there and, try to get the pinfall over. Karen Jarrett took Jeff Jarrett's guitar and whacked her in the head. Everybody and their mama went nuts. I said, Arby is so much trying her best to get involved in these situations. I said, ladies and gentlemen, are they finna try to make Arby into a wrestler? Because she got hit in the head. I was like, it's crazy. Crazy sex. So it's time going on. Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett looking like they finna get this thing done. And Mark Briscoe finally woke up. He seen all the foolishness going on. And FTR found a way to win. FTR found a way to retain their championships. And I say, that's what I'm talking about. I thought this was a fun tag team match. I thought everybody that was involved did work. Great job. Kudos to Tony Khan and the booking. I know it's gonna be. I know certain people like my main man Jeff who can't stand slap nuts. He called him a mid-card Memphis piece of crap. But I thought all of these fools did work. The right members went over. FTR retains the championship. Great tag team match. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and move on to backstage. So Ricky Starks was backstage trying to talk to Alex Marvez. Next thing you know, here come Jay White and Juice Hard Robinson beating the snot out of him again. He was talking about how he gonna get his way back and he gonna work his way back up to the top, and they just tearing him up. But then FTR comes out the woodwork, and I'm sitting up and saying, Ricky Starks and FTR are forming an alliance. I sure didn't see that coming. I don't know what that means, but hey, look forward more to Wednesday night Dynamite TV. That's what I said. This was the next phase of AEW television, ladies and gentlemen. This was the next phase right here. So that's that. Then we got a second backstage segment. Jericho was going off. Him and Sorrell was talking about how both Adam Cole and Britt Baker are nothing but jokes. That was terrible. I should have won the match. So you know what? Screw all this. How about on Dynamite we get ourselves a mixed tag team match? We're going to have Sorrell and Jericho versus Adam Cole and Britt Baker. So for the people who was wondering, yes, the feud is going to continue. You know every time you get into a feud with Jericho, you know dang well one off is never the solution. It's never the solution. Jericho is going to push this thing as long as he can push it. So they don't just yelling and screaming and throwing stuff around and going completely ape. Hey, it is what it is on that. So one of the crew members was trying to get into Jericho and trying to get him to calm down, and then Jericho with the I'm a wizard took the flame and blew it in his face. I'm like, this is what it is on that. So now we get to a matchup that I was not looking forward to. I was not looking forward to this match at all, but I did want my main man Christian to win it. For what it was, they tried. I would give both Christian and Wardlow props on the things they tried. Wardlow dang near broke his ankle trying to jump from the turnbuckles to the ladder, and that thing broke. I was like, man, he broke I said, it was just craziness going on through and through. Luchasaurus coming out there trying to help Christian. He messed around and went through 2 tables. I mean, just crazy. You know, all kind of crazy, dumb stuff going on. Then Arn Anderson, Mr. Glock, came out there to deal with Luchasaurus. And this fool put his finger in his mouth and he bit it. I said, what kind of sick, twisted foolishness is going on here? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, what am I watching? But at the end of the day, as I said, Wardlow retained. He took that doggone championship down, and Wardlow and Arn Anderson found the way to defeat Christian Cage with Luchasaurus in his corner. It is what it is. I mean, the matchup itself, it was a good ladder match. Christian, he got turtleneck over. That man loves wrestling in turtlenecks. The fact that the fans were saying turtleneck. Turtleneck was freaking over, ladies and gentlemen. Turtleneck was over. Probably was trending. I didn't look at the trends, but turtleneck was probably over last night. That's the one thing that Vegas fans are going crazy about. But decent ladder match. You know, like I said, I would have preferred, because they hot potatoed the title so much. They hot potatoed this championship like every 5 seconds. So I'm thinking, okay, go ahead and put it on Christian. Let Christian go on a monster heel run. And then if you want Wardlow to win it back, cool. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Christian loses, Wardlow retains the championship. So, now, there's been a lot of talk. Jamie is seriously hurt. She's seriously injured. How are we going to do? Yes, they said, we're going to do this. Now, I was thinking that this was probably be towards the end. I'm thinking, okay, the TBS title matchup is going to go first. They said no, because when I get there, I will talk about it. Jamie Hayter, Tony Storm, for what they were able to do, because I can't really rate this matchup, for what they was able to do, what they decided to do. Tony came out first. So then, as Jamie's music hit, nothing happened. Everybody was like, okay, where's she at? They said, okay, let's try it again. So then when she came out, she got thrown out by Ruby and Soraya. They both threw her out there. So, and they was basically beating her down before the whole matchup. So Tony got out the ring. All three of the girls are basically beating the brakes off of Jamie. They tearing her up. They ripping her arm around. They tearing it up. So this girl is legit seriously injured. So you know in your back of your mind, Tony is definitely walking out with this title, but how are they going to do it? So when they eventually got in the ring, Tony was trying to do a couple of things. She was trying some things that was trying to make it work. And again, the odds are stacked against us because who's going to come to her help? Who's going to come to Jamie's aid? My girl Sheedy came out to Woodburg. I said, that's what I'm going to talk about. My girl Sheedy came out there with a kendo stick to get them girls up out of there, but that was not enough. It wasn't enough. Tony found a way. She is now your new AEW Women's Champion. This is her second time. So now the Outcasts have the title under their grasp. They have the title now. The Outcasts are the three big women on the block. Ruby Soho, Soraya, and Toni Storm are sitting on top of the AEW Women's Division's mountain. So now, Tony Khan, my word to you is to make this division what we've been wanting. We need this division to slap. No more mediocre storylines. No more. Them days are done. If you come out here with another mediocre storyline, you get got. That's all I'm going to say about that. No more. This matchup, it didn't hit, but what they were able to do, because Jamie can't go right now, I don't have a problem with the way they presented. Tony wins. The AEW Outcasts are on top of the game right now. They running the show. Jamie is on the shelf. And we move on from there. House of Black. Now, I don't understand how this was an open challenge when everybody in the mama know that if you watch Real Rampage, you knew that the Acclaim and Daddy A were the number one contenders for the trios titles. You just knew it. Like, I don't know why they was trying to play it off as if didn't nobody know who was going to answer the challenge. Like, come on now. House of Black come out there. They come out here with this most demonic. Listen, you can't get more demonic than them. They like, oh, take that back. The MJF, I get there when I get to him. But House of Black, they came out there, demonic stuff, demonic crap. Julia Hart with her. Listen, she making it work. She making it work. I gotta give her props. She making it work. They came out there. They got the whole arena with the doggone white, black lights and blue light, whatever you want to call it, spiral lights or whatever. So they come out. So everybody say, okay, so who gonna answer the call? Who gonna answer the call? Like as if we don't know. The Acclaim music hit, and man, let me tell you something. Now, Platinum Max Caster with the rhymes, man. Ether, all three of them by himself. Talked about how the heck is Malachi Black able to get away with wearing half blackface. I don't know. Then he talked about Buddy Matthews and he embarrassed him, talking about how the heck is your woman over in another company getting done by a kid named Dominic. I mean, ate them up for. Then he said, we didn't even got to get in the ring to beat your emo A's. I mean, just ate them up for lunch, breakfast. And then he said, how the heck you call yourself the House of Black, but ain't nobody black in the group? I kind of agree. Suspicious. You ask me? Very suspicious. All right? But you knew dang well after they murdered them on the mic, they were going to walk in there and get their behinds kicked, because that's exactly what happened. Now, they hung in there. I thought this was a solid trios match. I thought this was better than the one that was on the pre-show. I thought all 6 members did good. I thought they did well. The right man got pinned. They tried. Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, they tried to do what they do. They tried to make it look interesting. But you knew they ain't well. House of Black were losing their trios championships. You just knew they wasn't. Daddy A, Billy Gunn got pinned. The right man got pinned and protected the Acclaim, which was perfect. And House of Black retained their trios championships. I thought it was a solid trios match. That's just me. Some people probably thought it was trash. I thought it was good. I mean, the rhyme itself is what made the match for me. I mean, Platinum Max, listen, when that boy want to rap, he can rap. When he want to rap, he can rap his tail off. You know what I'm saying? But I thought all members did well. I thought this was a good matchup, So we get to the edible. I was telling people I would have kicked the show off with this, but there is a reason why they didn't kick this show off. Now, there's a lot of people in the IWC. There are people in group chats. Listen, I see what they say. I know what they say. I see people in the IWC. They've been hating on my woman Jade Cargill for so freaking long. They've been praying for the downfall. Want her to see her lose. Now, here's the deal. I wanted to see her lose too. Because I actually was pulling for Tay. I wanted Tay to take the championship off her. But I knew she's 59-0. She got to at least get to 60, So, but ladies and gentlemen, this was the best women match on the freaking show. I've been talking about Jade Cargill getting that in-ring stuff right. Her and Tay went in, man. They delivered and some. This matchup was phenomenal. If you ain't seen the pay-per-view, if they found a way to put this matchup on YouTube, I'll go and watch it. I'll go and watch it. I think this is one of Jay's best matches yet. Her and Taya did work, man. Y'all, they did work. And let me talk about it. So, Taya's interest, she has some Vegas girls coming out with some goofy elf-looking ears on or whatever. They just look stupid. And then Jade, her entrance. Now, I've heard this song. This is a TikTok song. All the pretty girls walk like this. I don't even know the young lady's name. I just know I heard the song. So the girl who sang that song sang Jade out there. And then, so Jade is a part of the Kappas. She's part of the AKAs or something like that. Well, they legit had my girl out there cutting the jig, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you heard me correctly. Now, I know it's a lot of people in the IWC, especially from my community, that said that this was for the culture or whatever. No, it wasn't for no freaking culture. That's called cutting the jig, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all fools don't understand. That's why I say we have been so blinded to what really is real buck dancing. We don't really know what real buck dancing. We don't really know what real bed wenching is. Because it's everybody just be screaming it but don't really understand what's really going on. Tony Khan had my girl out here trying to cut a jig. I said, no, that's not it. It ain't it. I said, no, girl, you get in that ring, you get ready to get down with Taya. And as soon after they did all that foolishness, Jade and Taya tore the house down, man. And the fact that watching the matchup, Jade went from being the one that was the heel, she was getting babyface cheers. She was legit getting, man, her timing is getting better. She still needs some things that she needs to improve on. That's why with this long break that she's getting ready to get, man, I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping that I'm Jade. I'm going to watch timing videos. I'm going to watch, okay, what it is that I don't do well. Because a lot of people always say, how come Jade's matches don't go past 10 minutes at best? Her matches usually be about 12 minutes at best. It's because, again, when I say timing, this is for the people who hate this woman. They still call her green. I'm not finna call her green because if she was green, she wouldn't have been able to hold that championship for as long as she did. 5 or 8 days, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? It's not about her being green. It's just her still needing to get the timing issues right. Listen, I know when somebody's green as grass is when they have absolutely no idea what they're doing in the ring. Now, when it comes to Jade, it's the timing issue. All she needs to do is just tweak a couple of times. Man, the girl jumped off the ropes trying to do, I don't know what she was trying to do. But she jumped off the ropes trying to do something with Taya, and even though it looked like they didn't connect, but they did connect, though. I mean, the girl was out here banging. I just want everything to come together, man, because I love this woman so much. I don't give a crap. Yeah, people say, oh, no reason you like her because she's black. You know what, man? Listen, let me tell you something. When it comes to my people, especially in wrestling, heck yeah, you best believe I try to get behind them, but I don't automatically get behind them right away. Because when Jay first came through, I was like, don't get me wrong. I was like, she fine as heck, but I said, who is this girl? Like, I don't know. I didn't get on right away. But then when they had the mixed tag team match, when it was Red Velvet and Cody Rhodes versus Jade Cargill and Shaq, that's what turned me into a Jade Cargill fan. I said, oh, this young lady might have it. Then she started getting better with the promos. Then the presence of everything. And to this day, I still don't like calling herself that B. She is the one, but I would never call her. I tell y'all all the time, I don't disrespect women. I know most of y'all probably call girls out their name all the time. Even some ladies. I know y'all call each other bees all the time. Me, I was raised to respect women. I don't call a girl out her name. I don't care how ugly she act. But I would never disrespect a woman. I don't care what color she is or whatever. I would never call a girl out her name. Jade Cargill is the one, but I would never call her that B, and she kept calling herself that. No, I don't call no girl that. None of the women that. I don't even, Britt Baker, she run around call herself the baddest B. Like, girl, stop it. Just stop disrespecting yourself. Stop freaking. That's the problem. We're living in a world where disrespect is boosting. How do you disrespect yourself and it's a form of I'm boosting myself? No, it's not. No. So I tell y'all all the time, I would never call a woman out her name. I don't give a crap. That's what y'all do. Y'all can do that. You will never catch me doing that over here. But these two went at it. And man, Taya Valkyrie was this close to winning because she actually jaded Jade. She got her in her move, and it was 1, 2, nope. Jade was like, I ain't losing this. So then Jade turned that thing around, did a couple of other moves, and then she jaded Taya. 1, 2, 3. She retains. And listen, that crowd went crazy, ladies and gentlemen. That crowd legit went crazy because they, in a way, they kind of was booing Taya. Now let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. Let that sink in, and I'm going to be honest with you. I've actually seen some cats who actually got beef with Jade Cargill, and they actually said that this was one of her better matches. Now let that sink in. For people who say, oh, she's still green. These are tough critics. They have been critical of Jade Cargill for a minute. The fact that they even said that this was one of her better matches. So, Mark Sterling, Layla Gray, and her in the ring. Mark Sterling said, 60-0. What a phenomenal run. This was epic. This was great. We put this title on the line no matter when, no matter what. If anybody want to come out here and challenge us, feel free. The music goes off and a returning Chris Statlander comes out the woodwork. That Vegas crowd went completely insane. I said, uh-oh. The Reign is in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. And I saw a lot of people in Black Wrestling Twitter were upset because you already know. We already had Bianca lose hers at Night of Champions, so you knew what was coming. You knew the edible was around the corner. Yes. Chris Statler came in there. Jade was like, Jade was basically trying to jade her. Chris Statler said, no, you're not finna jade me. Chris Statler does her move. I think the match was like 3 minutes. She does her move. 1, 2, 3. Chris Statlander has done it, ladies and gentlemen. She is now your new TBS champion. I say, ladies and gentlemen, it's about freaking time. My girl has returned. Now, listen, I just pray that God continues to keep her knees whole. I don't need no more injuries. No. I don't need no more injuries. That crowd went crazy, man. Listen. Jade Cargill, 60-1, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, ain't no way in the world. When she won that thing, I ain't no way in the world I saw 60-0. I did not see no 60-1. No, I didn't. I did not see 60-1, ladies and gentlemen. Now, a lot of people say, well, truthfully, this was due to the fact that Chris got injured. I don't think it was supposed to go 60-0. I don't think it was supposed to be that long, but they said, no, we're going to stick to the script. Because remember, even Chris said that first. Chris said that she was prepped to win the main title, but guess who got hurt? Thunder Rosa got hurt. So that changed a whole lot of plans. So then as she was being prepared to potentially go after Jade, she got hurt again. Because remember, she came back. She was already injured. Then she came back, and then she got injured again. So now they said, no, let's just keep this thing on Jade. And we're going to keep in contact with Chris and make sure, okay, are you ready to come back? Are you ready? And they kept it under the wraps. They kept it on the low. Now, for me, I know Black Wrestling Twitter is upset. Look, yeah, it's messed up. Both our sisters lost in the same weekend. It's terrible. But, ladies and gentlemen, y'all knew dang well that our sisters was losing their championships. Y'all know. Y'all knew that the reigns were coming to an end. Like, we knew it. I know it's just unfortunate that it happened in the same exact weekend. But it is what it is, man. Chris Statlander is your new TBS champion. I ain't got a problem with it. I know there's a lot of people that still upset. They say that I seen people say, man, this didn't set right with my spirit. Y'all already know. Y'all know the game. Come on, y'all. Y'all know how the game work. Don't be goofy. Y'all know how the game work. But hey, what we'll see. Bianca was like 410 days and Jay was 508. I mean, it was a time when black folk couldn't win nothing. We couldn't win. We couldn't even scratch the surface when it came to championships. All we was able to do was buck dance, shucking and jiving all day. It didn't matter what wrestling program it was. Kikiing it up and laughing it up and sounding like Booker T on that preview. Man, boy, I tell you, Booker T, no, he cooning and shucking and jiving. I'm like, man. But kudos to both our queens. Kudos to Bianca Belair and kudos to Jade Cargill on a great run. The booking could have been 1,000% better. We could have been more invested in storylines and character development and all of that. But both of our girls are about to be revamped. Jade is coming back as a monster babyface, and I believe Bianca is on the verge of turning heel. But now it's all based on the booking from here on out. When it comes to Jade Cargill, and when it's Jade, it's the in-ring work. It's the booking and it's the in-ring work. When it comes to Bianca, it's all about the storytelling. Because we know Bianca's great. Because Bianca and Asuka had the best women. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Bianca and Asuka had the... I'm going to rate all the women's matches that we seen this weekend. All the women's matches. The top 3 women's matches that we had this weekend. Bianca Asuka, number 1. Jade Cargill, Taya Valkyrie, number 2. Tiffany Stratton and Lyra Valkyrie. Those are the 3 top women matches we had. I gave the best women matches we had from all 3 pay-per-views. All 3 pay-per-views. But, hey, that's that, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving on to the next part. Now, for me, right here, I know my man Jeff can't stand Jungle Boy. I don't think he's too big on Sammy, and I don't think he's too big on Darby. I know he loves his boy MJF, but ladies and gentlemen, this right here, for me, is one of the major reasons why I walked away somewhat pleased from this pay-per-view. I knew that the 4 of them was going to go out there and go crazy. We did not get a heel turn from Jungle Boy, but it's funny. Out of all 3 entrances, his was the plainest one. He just came out to Tarzan Boy, but was playing. The other 3, they all had special entrances. And speaking of special entrances, let's talk about Sammy G. After Jungle Boy came out with his, which was very plain, Tarzan Boy, one of the greatest songs ever created. He just came out playing the sec. I said, well, does he turn heel? Not yet. Sammy G changed his music. He got a new theme song now. Him and Tag came out, and the cue cards are back, ladies and gentlemen. So on the cue cards, they said, we got a special announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Big surprise. And they kept pulling the cue cards. And they said, we're having a baby. I said, makes sense. That's why Taya has not been on the show. That's why Tay Conti has not been there. I said, oh, okay. Kudos to those 2. Congrats to them. I'm praying for a successful delivery when the child comes. Sammy is a father now. Kudos to them, man. I'm praying for them the best. Hoping that everything works out for them. I said Sammy is a baby face through and through. So now, ladies and gentlemen, what does this mean for the JAS? Because Sammy can't be he can't be with that group no more. He cannot be with that group no more. If I'm Jericho, I'm like, what the heck are you doing? So now, after Jericho gets done with Adam Cole, he got to turn his business over to Sammy G. Because what the heck are you doing? You just switched up on us. We a bunch of heels, and you run right here trying to be a baby face because you and your wife just got pregnant. Then Darby Allin with the doggone Vegas entrance, getting married to an MJF cutout. And then had Honky Tonk Man as Elvis pronouncing the wedding or whatever. And afterwards, you saw him beating the bricks off that man. I mean, he just beating him up. Just beating him down. Then the man himself, MJF. Now, I thought he had a live orchestra based on how they was doing his music and everything. And then he come sitting on the throne with the devil mask. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know there's a lot of people who don't get down like I do. But I am a believer. Y'all know how I move. I tell y'all all the time. Every chance, well, not all the time, but I do let y'all know that I am born again. What he did was basically what Satan tried to do. I will ascend upon the throne of the heavens. That's what they tried to do, which was extra blasphemous. Let's call it for what it is. What MJF did was some straight up satanic crap. Alright? We're going to call it for what it is because you're not going to hear nobody else say it. It was satanic through and through. He's sitting on the throne as he the king. Who you is? Come on now. And this fool is Jewish, ladies and gentlemen. This clown is he's Jewish. And he doing this foolish stuff. I'm like, come on. Let the elevator go up to the top. They got up into the ring. And these clowns just from the jump. Moveset after moveset. The three of them said, all right, let's gain up on MJF. Because MJF just talking. He's talking about, I could just ran rampant through you guys and walk out of here easy and say, no, it didn't work like that. Didn't work like that. The three of them said, all right, let's get on cold. As they tried. They tried to get on cold with one another. But then they said, no. Now they started turning on each other. And from that point on, it was just all over the place. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. Sammy G. Dane there was the MVP at first. He was the MVP. Then Darby came along. Then Jungle Boy came along. Then MJF. I said, man, I knew that this matchup was going to slap. I just knew it. And they did not disappoint at all. They did not disappoint at all. Man. See, this is where the storytelling is going to have to take a serious leap. Moving forward, we in the next phase of AEW television. We got Collision coming in a couple of weeks. The next phase of AEW television got to be off the chain. This matchup was great. This was a fantastic Fatal 4-Way. One of the best Fatal 4-Ways I've ever seen in a long time. Cats going out, cats doing everything, trying, and every member had the opportunity to look like they was going to win. And with some parts of the matchup, you thought Sammy was going to win. Then with some parts, you thought Darby Allin was going to walk out of here easy. And Jungle Boy, the story with Jungle Boy. I know there's a lot of people say, oh, this man is terrible at acting and all this bull jive, right? That man was getting frustrated. He tried everything. He legit tried everything he tried, but it did not work. He even came to the senses of, man, I should turn. I should legit go heel right now. He had the championship in his hand, ready to go ahead and whack Darby Allin with it. And the fans, the fact they wanted him to turn. The fact that the fans wanted that man to turn, and when he chose not to, they booed him. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think a heel turn is due for Jungle Boy. Jack Perry, I think it's due. I think it's due, ladies and gentlemen, because the way the fans was booing him because he didn't turn heel, they wanted him to turn heel. That's the crazy part. They wanted Jack Perry, Jungle Boy, to go heel. So, Mr. MJF, because I'm about to just wrap it up and get to the very end. Mr. MJF, as clever as he is, had the championship right. And so, he looked like he was finna go ahead and say, I'm going to whack somebody. No, he threw the title on top of Darby. Sammy Guevara came up in there. He got laid out, so he kicked him out. So then Jungle Boy going to jump off the top of the ropes. But then as he jumped down on top of the championship that was already on top of Darby Allin. So then MJF just crawled in there and did the same exact move that Darby Allin said he was going to do to him to beat him. I forgot the move was called. Y'all know what the move was called. But he said what he told him in that promo. I'm talking about Darby Allin. Darby Allin told him, I'm going to do this specific move to you. And after I do this move, I'm going to beat you at Double or Nothing. That man said, nope, I'm going to do what you said. Now, there was also a spot. MJF kind of banged up his arm, his wrist or whatever. But word on the street is, it ain't no fracture. It's just sore right now. So, you know he ain't wrestling for another couple of weeks. So, obviously, he's going to get an opportunity to get that wrist because at the media scrum, he did have it wrapped up. It was when he was on top of the ropes and he body slammed Darby Allin. But when he came down on his wrist. So, thank God he didn't break nothing. So, kudos to them. MJF walks out. Clever as he is, he found a way to win. I said, you always have to ask yourself, how is this fool gonna find a way to continue to get out of the situations that he get himself into? Like, how is he gonna find a way to win? Man, this was an excellent fatal four-way. I walked away pleased again. All four members did work. Darby Allin came out looking like $1,000,000. Jack Perry Jungle Boy came out looking like $1,000,000. Sammy G, the MVP, came out looking like $1,000,000. And I really ain't got nothing else to say about MJF. Outside of him on that satanic crap that he trying to roll down with this I'm the devil crap. Man, these boys did work. They did work, man. Now, everybody was wondering, how the heck this ain't the main event? So, now I want to apologize because I know I told y'all to put money on if you was going to bet on CM Punk coming. No, he didn't pull up. I knew what was to come, but I was just hoping that he came through. He ain't coming yet. So, it's official. He will return on June 17th at the United Center. So, let's go ahead and talk about this crazy matchup. And let's go ahead and we're going to dive into the bull jive that Tony Khan allowed to happen on the pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, the matchup is being presented. Justin Roberts. Anarchy in the arena. Poop's about to hit the fan. We know it. He said they already said whatever happens, ain't nobody liable. So we get introduced. Now, I think the Elite came out first. So the Elite came out. Carry On, Wayward Son, or whatever. All four members. They all came out. They all got up in there. I said, it's good to see the Elite back together. Great. Now, let's talk about the BCC, the Blackpool Combat, the Blood Combat Clowns. That's what I call them. Brian, Yuta, Claudio, Mox. They get brought out by the lead singer of the song Wild Thing. Now, I don't know who this circus clown is. I ain't never seen this circus clown before. But word on the street is that this fool actually wears these masks all the time. The problem is he doesn't wear the type of mask that he had on at the show. So this circus clown come out here and he's singing. And I'm looking at his face. And I said, ain't no way in the world Tony Khan allowed this fool to come out here wearing blackface. I said, ain't no way in the world. I said, ain't no way. I'm looking at this fool and I'm sitting up like, this fool is wearing blackface while performing this song called Wild Thing. Now, you also have to ask yourself, Will Washington, who he just hired, which is a black man, how the heck did you allow this to get past this man? And he said he gave it the okay, like, yeah, everything's going to be good. This circus clown was sitting up here wearing black. He had a black mask on, and the bottom of his mouth was painted black with the red going. I said, what? Who thought that this was a genius idea? What in the white supremacy buffoonery is this going on right here? Terrible interest. The song, you know what? I'm sorry, man. I hate that song. Listen. I know fans who are hardcore fans of Mox. They love everything Moxie do. But I'm so over that doggone song. I like his old song, the one song he had before the Wild Thing song. I don't care nothing about this song. And now I know how the doggone artists get down, coming out there wearing that goofy outfit, got a mask on. I'm like, what? Who okayed this foolishness? Who okayed this? You know dang well what that foolishness look like. Come on. Not a wise decision. Not. You know fools always be looking for something. You know fools stay looking for something. We know how the WWE move. Everybody know how they move. Now, Tony Khan, time and time again, you keep telling on yourself. There ain't no freaking excuse, bruh. No excuse. What you gonna say? Ah, man, that wasn't what everybody's just trying to make it out to be. No, stop it. Stop the cap. This dumb man entrance is taken away from what I thought was a crazy, insane, dumb clown match. When I say dumb, I mean it's good. But this circus clown right here is taken away because that's all everybody's thinking about. Then you even had certain cats, you even had JD online talk about, everybody finna go. Of course, everybody finna go in on this situation. Everybody and mama finna go in on this situation. Come on now. So, they sitting up here singing the dumb song, and the Elite go into the audience where they are, because that's where they come down. They come down the stairs where the audience is. They ran up in there. They started beating the brakes off them. So right off the jump, while this clown is still singing, they beating the snot out of each other. I mean, you got chaos going on all over the place. And then Don the Clown decided to get on commentary. He on commentary over there. I mean, man, just chaos, right? So, it's Matt. I think it's Matt. Matt's the one with the messed up tricep. Him and Claudio, they go outside. He get dumped into a doggone truck. So obviously, this is a way for him to get some time because you know he can't really do too much with the torn tricep. Then they in the ring, and these circus clowns pull out some doggone thumbtacks, and right off the jump, I think 5 minutes into the match, you know, I call them the Blood Combat Clowns for a reason. You know Moxley can't help himself. Moxley behind cannot help. You knew now obviously the matchup called for it, so it was allowed, so I don't have a problem. But you know, he couldn't help himself. And then right after him, right on cue, the man who has not bled, he said, hey, I'm going to bleed too. Hangman himself. Bleeding all over the place. And then, during the match, he took the eye patch off. So he's good. His eye's good. But those two bleeding everywhere, all over. I mean, then you had Moxley taking a fork and jabbing in the doggone Kenny Omega's head. I mean, listen, Nick, Brian, all of they. So speaking of Nick, so we're in the ring. No, it's a Matt. I think it's Matt. Matt comes back to the ring. I think it's Matt. Matt comes to the ring, and he super kicks Moxley in the face with an exploding shoe. So he takes his shoe off, and they pour the thumbtacks out. And I said, I know they ain't finna do it. I just know. They picked that man up and had him step his foot on the doggone thumbtacks. I said, these clowns are crazy. They are inside. I legit grabbed my foot. I said, this is sick. I said, this foolishness is sick. They are twisted. And we sit up here enjoying this foolishness. That just shows us we crazy in the head too. But I was like, I grabbed my foot instantly. I said, what in the world are we watching? What the heck are we watching? This is insane. And then they took them same thumbtacks, put it in his mouth, Claudio up. I said, this stuff is crazy. It's crazy. But Kenny Omega was about to do some V-triggers and crap. Don the Clown got up in the ring, thought he was finna be on something. And then, while he was in there, he turned around. Kenny Omega was finna do the V-trigger on Don the Clown. Then here come this masked clown, because I'm basically just wrapping up everything. Here come this masked clown hopping in there, but you can see his face. Now I'm sitting up here. Remember, I thought we were gonna bring in CM Punk, but we should have known what was finna happen. Because remember, Konosuke Takeshita, his hero was Bryan Danielson. Makes all the sense, right? We got a heel Takeshita who cost the Elite, and Yuta came in out the woodwork. Now, for this matchup, I gotta salute Yuta, because Yuta teaming up with the Blood Combat Clowns was the greatest decision ever. Him learning from Brian, Claudio, and Mox, perfect. And he, out of all people, was able to get a pinfall on Kenny Omega. That just throws Yuta all the way up there. I know there's a lot of people ain't really on Yuta's bandwagon, but man, salute to Yuta. Yuta got a pinfall on Kenny Omega in the main event of a AEW pay-per-view. You can't go wrong with that. So after that, the 5 of them was 6 of them was just standing around looking at the defeated Elite. All 4 members banged up, battered. I mean, you got fools with thumbtacks in their feet. I mean, just crazy. Crazy to say. And that was the final sequence. They just stand around looking and excited, and everybody mad, going home sad, and all this crazy stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Double or Nothing. So, with everything I said, I thought Double or Nothing was the best pay-per-view out of all the shows. But this was definitely AEW's more weaker show. This is one of their weakest pay-per-views they put on. This is not completely the weakest of all time. but this was definitely a weaker show. But this also goes to show you that a lot of us who are fair-minded when it comes to this AEW stuff, we hold them to a high standard. When it comes to pay-per-views, you got to go out there and give it your all. You can't come out here with doing mediocre bull jive. Doing mediocre bull jive ain't the answer. And there's another reason. If your storyline is mid, if your storyline is not good, and then you come out here and you give a mid match, that just shows that you have absolutely no business being on the show. They could have done away with the pre-show match, and they could have done away with the unsanctioned match. Because if I had to grade, I thought Dijak and Dragunov was a way better match than an unsanctioned match. The unsanctioned match was the worst match on the freaking show. It was terrible. Hot garbage. And then Tony Khan allowing this circus clown to come out here with blackface. Terrible. Utter terrible. You ain't finna sit up catch me shucking and jiving at all. Because I know fools was wondering. I know Cass was like, yo, Sel, when you going? Yeah, you knew I was going to cook. You knew I was going to cook Tony Khan when it came to this foolish. Ain't nowhere in the world. I mean, come on, dog. What the heck are you doing that you going to allow this circus clown to come out here with the black mask on? And it's funny. This took place right after Max Caster said, how the heck is Malachi Black allowed to get away with wearing blackface? And then Tony Khan said, ha, Platinum Max, I'm going to get you. I'm going to have the dude that's the lead singer of that, whatever the name of that group is that does Michael's theme song, come out here wearing blackface. Get the heck up out of here. Get the heck up out of here. But I walked away. My final grade is a 7 out of 10. Normally I give AEW 8. This ain't no 8 for me. This is not an 8. This is a 7. This is the highest I'm going. This is a 7 out of 10. Get rid of the garbage black. That dude don't never look. Tony Khan, don't bring that clown back. You bet not. Just have Mox's song just continue to keep playing in the background. But that blackface wearing circus clown, whatever his name is, don't bring that circus clown back. Don't bring that circus clown back ever again. And Will Washington, what the heck? How the heck you allow this foolishness to get past you, man? Don't tell me you got up in there and started shucking and jiving and say, "I told the guy." You started cutting the jig too. Man, I tell you, man, what the heck, man? What the heck? Now, when it comes to endings, WWE won hands down. Bloodline storyline wipes away the ending that took place with the Elite and the BCC. It wipes them away 100%. For real. Now, am I excited for Wednesday night? Oh, you best believe I am. But I think I probably would have been more excited if it was Punk. But they said, no, we're going to save Punk for June 17th. But it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Full review. I did a review for both Battleground, a review for Double or Nothing. Both of them got 7 out of 10s for me. Hit the freaking comment section up. If you watched the show, you tell me exactly what you felt about everything. Go in. You go in, heck, for even the people who think I'm bugging about the clown with the mask or whatever. You go in and you give me a honest reason as to why you disagree with me and be very respectful with it. And I will do everything in my power to come back to you with a respectful rebuttal. But outside of that, that was blackface through and through. I don't care. That dude could try to justify that foolishness all he want. As was blackface. I'm like, Tony Khan, he telling on himself, ladies and gentlemen. He's telling on himself. The man is just as guilty as Vince McMahon and Triple H. They on that same playing field. They all three of them on that same playing field. I told people say, "Oh, you gonna shuck and jive for AEW?" No, buddy. You looking like a man that is FBA through and through. What does that mean? That's foundational Black American. I ain't from Africa. People gonna say, "Well, what are they talking about?" I don't need to go into details on that, but listen to me. I don't have no shucking and jiving bone in me. Yeah, I might be a born again believer, but you ain't gonna catch me shucking and jiving, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, hear me go in on that every day. You don't catch me buck dancing. I'm not buck dancing for Tony Khan, and I ain't buck dancing for Triple H or Vince. No. But you got fools in the IWC that's going to shuck and jive for one company or the other. Crazy as a Betsy bug. You are crazy. You are crazy as a Betsy bug. Crazy. But anyway, man, this your boy KCFL King Self for Life. Hit the channel up. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Because when you come here, you're going to get the realest of the real. I ain't backing down from nothing. Hit that like button. I'll talk to y'all cats later. Holla at your boy.